Good evening, all, and welcome back to Coaching You For You. Thanks for joining me. I want to remind you to hydrate, eat fruit, drink water, and of course, mind your business. I am Annette. I am your host here at Coaching You For You. You can see us live here on Facebook or on YouTube. On YouTube, please subscribe, hit the share button, and like. We need you. Thank you. Tonight, our topic is simple, and I need to make a few adjustments here. If you'll just give me a second, I need to make some adjustments to ensure that we are not interrupted. And our topic tonight is about moments, of which we all have some. Moments in that there are times when things happen and we think it's forever. But before I get into that, I'd like to shout out, and hopefully next week I'll be able to spotlight three dynamic women: Jessica Desmond, Frugal But Fly, small business owners, y'all. They are doing the thing. They really are, and have been consistent with it. You know, a lot of businesses start up and then they stop. These three women have been incredibly consistent. And if you'll go to my main page at Annette Latigue, you'll see that I posted their flyer again today because it's worthy of a second post and a second look. Please support their venues. They've lined them up for you, and I'm absolutely sure that you're going to enjoy them. So those three women are Jessica Desmond, phenomenal t-shirt business and clothing line, Frugal But Fly. See, because a lot of people think you have to spend a lot of money to look good, and Jessica, as well as some others, have proven that that is in fact not the case. You do not have to spend a ton of money to look good. It's not what you wear, it's how you wear it. Look Jessica Desmond up. You can find her anywhere. Our next person is Simply Dented. She's at the conservatory and she makes her very own jewelry. Check it out. I have a set that I thought I would wear, and unfortunately, somebody thought that they should wear it first. I used to do that when I bought jewelry. I don't do it anymore. But Simply Dented is a phenomenal business, and she has stunning pieces. Absolutely stunning. And then our third person is, let's see, Acevedo, Letty, the artist. She's doing it and doing it well. I have several of her pieces, and I'm preparing to buy some of the art that she has transferred to jewelry and bags. Yeah, she's gifted. She's talented. Letty Acevedo, Jessica Desmond, and Jackie Dent. Trina Dent. I'm sorry. Trina Dent as Simply Dented. Check them out, y'all. So let's get into it because we're not going to be here long tonight. We're talking about when you think that moment is a lifetime. Listen up. Everybody goes through changes. I don't care what they look like. What they sound like, or what they present, especially on social media. You know, I've told you guys so many times before, and I hope you heard me. Social media is Hollywood. It's invented. You can be anybody you want to be on social media. And many people have chosen to be their own regular self. And then there's a group that hasn't. They want to be fly, they want to be famous, they want to be well dressed, they want to be flying here, flying there, and flying everywhere. Impress me with property, impress me with investments, impress me with a bank account. I want my money in my pocketbook or in a stock or in some property somewhere or a business. I'm not carrying somebody else's stuff to look good. Usually the stuff I have is gifted. Rarely do I buy it. And so I'm asking all of my friends tonight who will look at this podcast now and later, if you want to gift me, please gift me with a small business owner design. Yeah, I like that. So, our topic tonight is about a moment. Sometimes we have a moment, and we particularly have moments when it comes to relationships. All of us. And particularly when these relationships fail, as they sometimes will, we think that, that the whole process, whether it's a business relationship, a personal relationship, a friendship, a job partner, a coworker, an employee, we think sometimes that those relationships are meant to last forever, and they're not. They're not meant to last forever. Nothing lasts forever. And so when we have to go our separate ways or do something different, it traumatizes us. And it's everybody. Some relationships do last, but there are times when they don't. Sometimes, and I'm not speaking just an intimate relationship, I'm speaking all type, the church relationships. How about those? Um, all kinds of relationships. Sometimes they fail or they don't work. If you don't want to use the word fail, they don't work. And that's okay. What I came here to tell you tonight, what I want to share with you tonight is this, simply this. All relationships don't work all the time. Get with it. What doesn't apply, let it fly. And if you can't dig it, then ignore it. I like to rhyme. I should have been a rapper. No, I can't rap and I can't sing, but neither here nor there. I digress. All relationships don't last forever. Please remember that. And remember that when those relationships are removed from you, take it as a lesson and a blessing. You know, take what you need from it, what you learn from it, and move on. All moments when there's pain, when there's distrust, when there's hurt, they're not meant to be a lifetime. You're not meant to walk around angry, bitter, and hurting for a lifetime. It's a lesson. Take the lesson and leave the pain. Leave it where it is. It's okay. Things happen in all areas of our life. Things happen. And here's what I want you to know. Don't forget this. You might want to write it down because you're going to remember that I told you this. People will be up today and down tomorrow. Nothing lasts forever. There's going to be good times, there's going to be bad times. It's not that how or why they happen, because sometimes we can't control how or why it happens. I don't think anybody ever gets into a business partnership thinking that their business partner will fail them and be dishonest and not do the things that they're supposed to do. I don't think anybody gets into a friendship thinking, oh, this friendship is just temporary. I don't think that happens. I don't think people get into relationships, fall in love, give their whole heart, only to be broken because of dishonesty and mistrust. I don't see that. I see life is simply happening on life's terms, period. And I see that from my experience, strength, and hope, and that's what I'm offering you tonight. You will have moments. People are going to die. Relationships are going to end. Some relationships are going to go on and have just as much trauma and turmoil as those who have ended because they don't want to let go, and that's their business. Everybody has a right to deal with the relationships that they're in as they best see fit. It's not our job to judge them or determine how they should deal with them. We need to focus on ourselves. We need to hydrate, eat fruit, moisturize our face, our hands, and our feet, and mind our business. That's what we need to do. But in relationships, things fail, and nobody plans for it to fail. Sometimes we back into them and we're backwards in them, in that we don't plan for them to succeed either. There's two sides to every coin, there's two sides to every story. What I've learned is this: if you take your time and get to know them, you might be able to move away from the business partnership, move away from the friendship, move away from the person you love if it's in your best interest. If you take your time, when you rush into it headlong, you typically are going to hit a brick wall. You have to take your time to get to know people, places, and things before you engage and become caught up in things that you can't control. So take your time. Everybody has a moment, especially in intimate relationships and business partnerships. Those are the two biggest things that we go into without a lot of thought because we see all the pop and glitter and that's what we want. And then it doesn't work. It happens to everybody. It's happened to me. It'll happen to you. It happens. But it's just a moment. It's not meant to be forever. Don't drag that with you. Hey, you still back there in that? Let that go. Whatever is behind you, unless you turn around and try to go back to it, you can't stumble over it. It's the turning around and trying to go back because you think you have it figured out this time when you didn't have it figured out the first time. You can't stumble over it if you don't turn around and walk to it. You can't. Keep going. Keep moving forward. You can't stumble over what's behind you. Leave it behind you. Leave the pain, leave the bitterness. And people say, oh, that's easier said than done. It's easy to say that when you haven't been there. I have been there. I have been there. I absolutely have. I've had a business partnership fail. I've had friendships fail. I've had a close relationship fail. I've had a few things fail. Yeah, I have. And it's not that they failed, it's what I did with the failure. As long as the spirit that you feed that grows, baby, I'm telling you, listen, don't trust me. Talk to somebody who's licensed. I'm not. I have coaching and mentoring experience of over 40 years, and I have a phenomenal resume that I'm very proud of because I work very hard for it, including training as a certified trainer. And I'm telling you that it's the spirit you feed that grows. If you feed a spirit of bitterness, you're going to be bitter. If you feed a spirit of grief, you're going to continue to grieve. If you feed a spirit of he or she left me and mistreated me, people did you wrong, that's the spirit that's going to grow. Whatever you feed is what's going to grow. And your mind is going to believe everything you tell it. Remember that. Everything you tell it is going to believe. That's why mantras are so important. First thing in the morning when you wake up, tell yourself, I am wonderful. I'm beautiful. It's in a song. Hello, beautiful. Hello, gorgeous. Tell yourself that, man or woman alike. Tell yourself, I'm smart. I'm going to succeed today. I'm going to get it done. This works for me. I can make it work. I believe in me. I trust me. I want me to succeed and I'm going to lay everything out to make sure it happens. Speak it over yourself. That's important. The atmosphere is important. And keep your circle tight and keep the people around you Make sure that they're doing the same things you're trying to do, because being unequally yoked doesn't just apply to what happens biblically. It also applies to when doctors try to hang with people who are bankers. They don't have the same interests, aside from making money, of course, but they don't have the same interests. When an accountant tries to hang with somebody who studies social work, two different things. So know the differences in the things that you're dealing with. Know the differences in the people, places, and things that you're dealing with. Remember that everybody goes through something sometime, and it's okay. Trust yourself. Give yourself a break, and just let the world go round. Because guess what? Whether you let it go or not, it's going to happen. It's just a moment. Whatever you're going through right now, it's not going to last forever. Be good to yourself. Take care of yourself. Self care is not selfish, it's sanity. Take care of yourself. Get a massage, get a foot rub, get your beard trimmed up, get your head trimmed up. See your barber, or see your stylist. See people. But most of all, it's Women's History Month, and Women's History Month is actually 365 days a year, 24/7. 365, 24/7 is Women's History. And it exists so that the world becomes aware of the contributions that women make. Hey, imagine this. Excuse me. Imagine this. Imagine if the men were able to produce babies and they had to stay home and take care of them, or they had to make arrangements for childcare, or they had to make sure everything worked out, or they're the ones who always had to find a way, as women do, especially women with children. And so give her a break. You see her, lift her up. It's Women's History Month, 365 days a year. You see her, acknowledge her, respect her, and give her a break, a fair break, because all we want you to do is open the door. Trust me, we'll get it ourselves, or in partnership, however we choose to do it. But remember, a moment in time is just that. Don't beat yourself up about your failures, or that you haven't gotten where you need to be yet. Keep going, you'll get there. Don't beat yourself up about things that you cannot control. Take care of what you can, and what you can't, you leave it alone and keep doing the best that you can do until you can do what you want to do. My name is Annette. I'm your host here at Coaching You For You. Again, you can see us on YouTube or Facebook. Want to come on the show, talk about your business, offer some inspiration? Hit us up at coachingyouforyou@gmail.com. That's coaching, the word, the letter 4, the letter U, and the letter 4 @gmail.com. Thank you again. It's just a moment. It's not meant to be a lifetime. Everything we experience is meant to be a lesson. Get your lesson and keep going. Let it go. Good night.